You are listening to the Get Global Network podcast of the Ask Avani Show. You can hear the show live on Saturdays at 3 p.m. in London, 9 a.m. Central Time in the U.S. on SoMetro Radio, one of the original member stations of the Get Global Network.
Good afternoon and welcome, people. This is your regular afternoon slot on a Saturday afternoon. Oh, yes, this is the Ask Avani Show. Welcome, one and all, everybody, wherever you are. Oh, yeah, today is not too hot over here in the UK. So, yes, this is me, your UK Soul Queen Diva, in the house. Oh, yes, it's all happening today, people. Technical and all sorts of stuff. But we are here. Once again, you're in the place to be. I'd like to say good afternoon and good morning to Program Director for SoMetro Radio, Kay Rose. Hello.
Good morning, good afternoon, Avani.
It's all going here, isn't it? Today's show, people, is going to be very funny. I have to say that I have been very interested to do this show. When I sent you that video, didn't I, Kay Rose, about what I wanted today's show topic to be about, didn't I?
Yes.
Oh, my God, so funny, people. So
I actually looked at it this time.
Did you look at it? Because it was a long one, so I wasn't sure if you'd have a chance to look at all of it. But I do try and send you, the little things if I can to tell you that video, that program was the reason why I wanted to do today's show. Absolutely hilarious. Today's show topic is, people, payday loans. Would you really want to work for this type of company as a customer service advisor or even as a bailiff in general? Or does the old saying hold true, neither a borrower nor a lender be? Now, that's a question I want to put out there in the ether for people to just have a think about today because, especially if you're struggling with any type of payday loans, people, it's going to be real. And you're probably going to be laughing and thinking, okay, this is true. Yeah, she's got a point here. I have to say, I have managed to avoid the payday loan people. I have to say this because over here in the UK, they're crazy, K-Rose. Look, they want to charge you 5,000%.
And as I mentioned to you, as we were doing the show prep and before we began the show, for some strange reason, I didn't know payday loans went past the borders of the United States.
Oh, come on now. Oh, yeah. Oh, listen, it's over here and in full effect. These people, they're serious. And from when we start getting the documentaries about these types of things over here, see, now we've had the bailiffs. I mean, I'm sure we could do a show on that too, because we've had that. So now, today, we're concentrating on the payday loans. Mm-hmm.
And I have a question. You mentioned, what are bailiffs for your terminology?
Oh, the debt collectors.
Oh, okay.
Debt collectors, yeah. We call them bailiffs.
Okay.
So if you got bailiffs knocking on your door, you hiding from them, or I can tell you, I see people who, let's just say they open the windows if they live in a house and they're like a couple of stories up, and they have thrown out liquids that were not water. Let me just put it like that.
On the bailiffs?
On the bailiff. Because if she's telling him, or whoever's telling him, come out, go away, and he's not listening because he's saying, I'm sorry, I am here and I have to, serve the warrant, or I have to try and enter your premises to get things to take your property.
Okay, and so we're going to, so that we make sure that both audiences understand what's going on, I want to make sure that we tell everyone from the state side.
Uh-huh.
I want to make sure I ask those questions before we get deep into the show, because you're saying that, and so we can explain it so I understand it.
Uh-huh.
The bailiff will come, and is it because you have a debt and they're coming from a tax situation, or is it because someone has said you owe me money and I got a judgment against you, and so we're coming to take your TV, or what is that?
It's a combination of all or any of those things that you've said. So basically, someone may have taken out a loan, for example. Say, for example, you buy a car on hire purchase here. This is a good way to describe it. And you don't pay. If you stop paying, you miss payments. That's when the bailiff or debt collector will turn up on your door. And if you don't pay either the outstanding or come to an agreement with him, that either they will try and take it that first visit, Or they will say, right, you have to make an agreement with me from now on. You don't deal with the company no more because now they've passed the debt to me, so you have to pay me. That's what the bailiff is saying. And if you're saying, well, no, I can't pay you or whatever, they might start trying to call the removal truck to take your car from your driveway.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have that also, where if someone hasn't paid their car note,
right.
they can have it repossessed, and which is
Yes.
what we're talking about. But do these debt collectors do other items like TV sets and sofas, and so they can come to your house and say, "Hey, we're here to pick up that 55-inch TV that you didn't finish paying
for." They will
for."
be trying to come into your house. Now over here, we it gets to the point where you can say to them, "No, this is private property. You can't come in here." But if they start trying to wave paper in your face and say, "This is a warrant from whichever court," and or some of them try and threaten you. Some of them tell lies as well. Okay. They'll start saying, "Oh well, I've got the police, or I'm going to call the police, and then we're going to gain entry." And especially if it's for things like evictions, that one you really can't hold them off, because obviously they can come into the house, because what they'll do is they'll break in and then they'll change the locks, and then you will be forced to leave.
Right, and we have that same thing. If it's a court order that says we are repossessing your home, or we are basically doing something, this, that, or the other for a debt, they can get sheriff's deputies, and in London or in the UK, they're bailiffs. They're called bailiffs. So we have bailiffs also, but they're normally, bailiffs are in the court rooms. We don't have bailiffs that normally come out and do anything out.
Oh no, our bailiffs come to the door. Our bailiffs can come and stand up on your doorstep, and then they will be trying to either coerce you. See, if he hasn't got a warrant or nothing, then he's just basically trying to pull a fast one so he can come in and take your stuff. But if you start seeing, if it gets to that stage where he's saying, okay, like say for example, if he's coming to repossess your house, and that's a whole different thing. They bring the police with them and all this, because they might be expecting you to cause problems, and then you will have to vacate. But if he's just trying, as I say, if he's just trying to come and take your TV or something like that, you can sometimes, swerve them and don't let them in. So a lot of people say, do not open the door to the bailiff. If you know it's the bailiff out there, by hook or by crook, make sure you close all your windows as well, because they will try and climb in. They will try and get into your property. They are not easy over here. Okay, they want to get in. See, it's sad when it's things where they're trying to repossess a home and they're chucking out a family, and especially when it's like near Christmas and things like that. That's when it's really bad. Right. But if they say, okay, you owe me, I don't know, whether it's from a couple of hundreds to the thousands, then it's different. People can try and swerve them for a bit longer if they can. But I tell you, over here, man, today. The reason why I wanted to do the show is because once I saw that episode, because it was a documentary.
Right.
I mean, what did you think of it when you saw it, K-Rose? Because I was killing myself.
Well, again, that's one part about it. It's a way to talk about a subject without it being – they put it in a light so that it wasn't horrible. Let me put it that way. So you could look at it.
No, it wasn't horrible in that sense where they're people on your doorstep, but it was so funny because when I was listening to some of the excuses that the people who have lent the money were giving up to them, they don't pay them. Some of them are saying, "Oh no, I've lost my job," and then they turn and they say, "Oh, actually, I never had a job in the first place." You've had people that they're phoning them up and they're saying, "Oh, well, this isn't the number. The person you want is not me."
Exactly. They're coming up with all these different, and they are excuses. It's different if it's a reason. If you really have something that happens to you or your family or your world, you lose your job and all the other stuff. But people that are just doing it to be doing it, those are the ones you need to watch out for. Those are the ones that need to be visited.
I don't know how they make any money, because I'm not being funny, because every call that they were talking, like showing, it seemed that nobody really wanted to pay them. So I'm thinking, how do you not make any money? Because no one ever wants to pay you. It's always, oh, I've lost my job. I haven't got a job. Oh, the person you want is not me. Oh, he gave out this mobile number. Oh, I've had my bank cards and the identity stolen. One of them, the one that got me, that had me nearly falling off my chair, he turned around. Well, actually, what it was is they sent in a death certificate to say that. Right? That's what he sent in. And he said, the guy from the company said, you know what? They almost had me. He said, I actually believed it until my eyes just happened to sort of, scan down the bottom of the page. And he said that he suddenly saw something like www.createyourowndeath.
That was hilarious to me.
Yeah, I nearly died. I just was like, are you serious? Hey, ain't that illegal? to fake your own death.
I think there. Well, I know in the United States there's got to be a law. You can't fake your death to skate on your fake your death to skate on your debt. That's crazy.
Hilarious. I tell you, I nearly died when I nearly fell off my chair. I couldn't believe it. I was like, okay, are you serious? You're seriously telling me that you would go to that extreme? Because the guy was saying, listen, there's some people who obviously can't afford to pay us back.
Right.
Fair enough, for example, if they lose their job or whatever. Because obviously these circumstances can change, isn't it? But this type of one, he don't want to pay you. He's trying not to pay you back.
Well, but that goes into being a con person or just somebody that uses people.
Exactly. People, we are posting at Ask Avani Show. Listen, hilarious. When you see that, you will see what I mean. Because that was it for me. I saw that and I was like, no, we have to talk about it. Because especially this time of year, have you not noticed? I don't know if you guys over in America have this. From sort of, okay, even earlier, but right about from now, sort of October, all they talk about is Christmas. Oh, every time you turn on the TV, Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. Everything they're selling you is geared towards you buying it for Christmas or a Christmas present.
You notice that, huh?
Yeah. And it's driving me nuts. I'm like, come on. So that's why I wanted to do today's show as well, because, oh my God. If you see, right, there's this woman. I saw it and I thought, hold on a second. Where is she going? What's she doing? There's this woman who took out a loan. Obviously, the story itself is quite old, but I know that there's people out there that do this type of thing. And I must ask you, Kate Rose, I don't know if this is, again, I think over here in the UK, we're obsessed with Christmas. We're obsessed with money and Christmas in that order. Because people are killing themselves to get money so they can buy Christmas presents for the what. Now, I must say this, everyone. Christmas, as far as I'm concerned, is one day. One day. Okay, if you want to count Boxing Day, say 2 days.
And what is Boxing Day?
The next day after Christmas Day. Over
Okay,
here.
in the States, we don't. I've heard of Boxing Day, but I wanted to make sure we tell people what Boxing Day is.
Yeah, so in the UK, we call it, we have Christmas Day, and the day after Christmas Day is called Boxing Day for us, and that's a holiday. Those 2 days are like a holiday. Obviously, don't get me wrong, on Boxing Day now, we have the Boxing Day sales, so people actually, a lot of people do work, especially if you work in retail and things like that, you may actually have to work Boxing Day, but obviously you'd probably get that day off again in lieu. But as far as I'm concerned, Christmas, in reality, is one day. So why are you killing yourself? People, they take out money, they buy all these presents, right, that they can't afford, I might add, right? They put themselves into head over heels in debt. They're still paying it off the next year, all for one day. So they go out and they buy loads of food, loads of presents. They do their house up to the nth degree with all these lights and decorations and Christmas tree and all this stuff for one day. Don't get me wrong, I'm not bar humbug. Right.
Oh, really? I couldn't tell that by what you were saying.
Don't get me wrong. I like the spirit of Christmas. I just don't like the commercial aspect of it. Obviously, if you want to buy presents and you want to, spend money on the ones you love and spend time, more importantly, with the ones you love, then fantastic. But hello, why are you going to put yourself in debt just to be able to buy? Come on now. Link 2, K-Rose. This lady did exactly that. And she is trying to say that when she took out the loans, she had a partner, and more importantly, she was employed. Okay. But obviously, circumstances changed. She's not with her partner anymore. She obviously still has 2 kids. And but what she did, which I think, okay, she shouldn't have done, is she didn't just take out 1 payday loan. Okay, people. Okay. She took out 8. 8. I know it's this radio silence I'm getting because you can't believe it, innit?
That's astronomical to me. Okay.
And why did she do that? Let me tell you. She did it because she wanted to buy Christmas presents for her children. She says she wanted, in her words, I'm gonna call her. She wanted to be Mrs. Claus for her children.
Well, there's better ways to be Mrs. Claus.
She couldn't afford it. So what she was doing was taking out these loans and buying all these presents and obviously hiding them from her children so that she could spoil them at Christmas. On Christmas Day, I must add that, because the Christmas Day, one day. Okay. Yes, I understand that she said that their grandparent had died and she wanted to sort of cheer them up, and I understand that part of it. But she knows she can't afford it. Why is she taking out 8 different payday loans knowing that she can't afford to pay it back? And it's only for Christmas. If she was doing it for something else, then I can understand. But she did it to buy Christmas presents. Hello, try and keep a look. In my mind, I must tell you this, Keros. I must say it. For me,